This is Valerie Van Boeven with the Senior Care Industry Netcast, with leaders with 3 or more years of experience in the senior care industry share their advice. It's 6 questions in 9 minutes, so let's get to it. All right, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi there, I'm Marisarah. I'm the owner of Billie's Choice. I've been an RN for the past 12 years. The majority of my career, I've been working emergency medicine, but most recently I've started our own home care company called Billie's Choice, named after my grandma, who I helped take care of as she was aging. She had Parkinson's. So Billie's Choice is a private duty home care company, and we specialize in keeping seniors independent in their homes for as long as possible.
Perfect. What is the best thing about serving aging adults?
You know, I think it's just being able to meet them where they're at and meet their family members where they're at and help keep them independent in their homes. Hearing their wonderful stories, their journey in life. I mean, they know so much more than any of us. They're so experienced. And I think too, just providing respite for the family members. We do a lot of that where we'll come in and provide respite at nighttime to allow the wife or the daughter or son to sleep. Or come in during the day so they're able to go out and make some time for themselves. And that's been really rewarding to have them call and say, thank you so much. I feel like I have a bit of myself back again because of what you guys are doing.
Totally agree. Getting a break, taking a break,
Yeah.
Being able to sleep at night, even whether it's a senior or even your own kids.
Yeah, no, I feel like a service for infants, that would be helpful too. Have someone come in and help take care of your child so you can get a few hours of rest.
When our triplets were born, they're 13 now, so they're not little anymore. But when they were born, I remember a wonderful NICU nurse who would come to the house, and she would come in from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. for cash. And there was one night a week where I actually slept, and it was a miracle.
You had to have felt like a new woman.
Yes. I mean, I knew nothing bad was going to happen. They were so tiny coming home, but I knew in her hands, I could sleep all night and not worry a bit. So having the caregiver in the house, able to handle pretty much anything and letting you sleep in another room or on the couch or wherever is just so nice.
They're good peace of mind.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's talk about online marketing a little bit. I hear from other senior service providers that online marketing can be challenging. It is confusing. It is ever-changing. What has been your experience, your thoughts, especially right now when we're kind of in a weird spot in our world? And it's hard to do a lot of in-person networking right now.
Yeah, I think we've all had to just kind of learn and adapt. And I think having a strong online presence is key. You want to have a really strong Google, what's the first thing you do when you search a business you might be seeking services from? You Google them, or you check their Facebook page, you check their website. So I really think it's important, and that's something that we've taken pretty seriously with our business, is making sure we have a strong website, strong, good Google presence, a Facebook presence. And we get a lot of compliments from people that are calling, saying that they've really liked what they've seen. Our website has been really helpful, and that's a reflection of your business. So we get a lot of our leads from people that just find us on Google, and then they search our website. As our business is growing, the referrals and word of mouth are happening from, referral partners, but everyone still searches you. And so, posting to your Facebook every day, going live once a week, just not that you're selling your services, you're just giving them something, giving your viewers content, something that might make their day better or they might find useful. And I just think all of those things together just really make your brand and make people want to utilize your service. So, and I think you need to be on multiple different platforms. You need to, have Google, you have to have a good website. And we have tried doing leads or buying leads, things like that. One of the websites, caring.com, I think we've used, and it's been okay. It's not like my favorite way to get business or get leads, but what I'm finding is by having that profile, people that search that site are seeing our profile, and then they're looking at our website, and then they're calling us directly. So being on multiple different places is helpful. And that's really helped our business, because I would say the majority of our clients have come from online marketing.
Yeah, especially right now. And you're exactly right about all that. I think that you're right in that having a website that's up to date, and you have taken the time to add some of that personalized content. And I know there's a beautiful picture of you and your grandmother on there, and it tells your story. To me, those stories, the about us or your story of why you got into this business, is so helpful for people, because it puts a face to the person that, or the organization that you're trusting to take care of your mom and dad, or spend the night in your house that you've never met before, or whatever. So
yeah, it's very scary.
Yes. So I think people will always try to vet your services, or at least get to know you a little bit. So I love your website, but I really love the personalization that you put into it, and the story behind it. So those are the things I think make a whole lot of difference there.
And then the one other piece I wanted to add to that is, when you have clients that are really happy with your services, or family members that are, ask them very nicely to write you a nice testimonial, and then utilize that. Put it on your Facebook, make sure it's on Google, put it on your website, because that just gives you credibility. And that's what potential clients are looking for. So
yes, leading with some kind words is always, it's hard to remember to do it. It's even harder to ask. But it actually, and sometimes you don't have to ask. You get a thank you note, you get a email, you get a note in the mail, whatever. But having that is definitely worthwhile. So it's something to strive for, totally. What other successful leaders in the senior care industry like yourself would you like to acknowledge? There are probably people who have been mentors, they have been inspirations, or organizations, if not individuals. Who would you like to talk about?
Yeah, so we're up in Minnesota, and in the metro area, just south of Minneapolis, St. Paul, about 20 miles in Lakeville. So in our area, it's a huge community, and there's tons of industry leaders and senior communities, and I mean, we have great healthcare up here. But I would like to, Care Providers of Minnesota is an organization that I joined when we started our business, and they have been awesome with everything with COVID, and they are, they keep up with all of the state guidelines, their recommendations, you get daily emails, and so they've just been wonderful, and they're just an email away if you have any questions, and they quickly get back to you. So I'm really happy that I've had them in my back pocket. I have had really great luck and met a lot of wonderful people with the Elder Resource Association south of the river. It's just a fun networking group that all the senior industry, people that are in the industry, from, wellness coaches to marketing directors of senior communities to like Humana brokers for health insurance. We all can just get together and pass around our business cards and build relationships, and that's been great. I've met a lot of wonderful people that way. I think another huge thing was just getting to know my competition. All home care, private pay home care companies do things a little bit differently. Some specialize in 24/7, some specialize in short hours of service. And so getting to know your competition so that you can pass along referrals if it's not something that you specialize in, or if you don't have caregivers available, because we all know that's the constant battle, is finding good help and getting those shifts covered. So a couple agencies that have been really great for me to work with has been Touching Hearts at Home and Dignified Choice Care. They've just been great. Great people for me to reach out to and learn from. And then hospice agencies, Grace Hospice, Moments Hospice, and Minnesota Hospice also have been wonderful. Their nurses and their team have taught my caregivers so much. It's been wonderful. And I'm just really trying to nurture those relationships, and it's been harder now with COVID, but I'm looking forward to getting back out there and continuing to grow those relationships.
That's awesome. And you know what? I think that there's so many seniors to go around. There's so many people that need help, that you definitely can get to know your competition in a friendly way and work off of each other's strengths. Totally believe that. There's no way that no matter how many home care agencies you have in your local area, you cannot possibly serve every adult
No,
that is in need.
no,
It's just,
no.
so it's great that you feel that way and that you practice that way. That's awesome.
Yep.
Okay, what piece of advice would you give to other senior care providers?
Let's see. I would just, my husband and I own our company, and we're small business owners, and it can be very challenging, especially, that first year of business. But just keep on keeping on and just measure those small, some days you feel like you're not getting anywhere, but just you're making a difference, and it's just take it one day at a time. Treat your clients and their families the way you want to be cared for. Ask for help. What I mean by that is I've definitely identified areas that I'm not good at. I'm not good at the social media like the online presence. So what have I done? I've contracted that out. I've hired someone to help me do that, to make my brand look well, and to be a reflection of me, and take that off my plate so that it frees me up so that I can focus on other parts of the business, because there's not enough hours in the day to do all the aspects of the business. So I'm really good at saying, I don't like doing that. I'm going to have this person help me. I've also brought on a team member, Jenna, who's been amazing, and she does some of my admin work, and she hires and does recruiting. And again, that's a full-time job, and she's helped take that off my plate. So just know that ask for help.
Yeah, delegate.
Yes, delegate. I'm a nurse. I'm the best at delegating. And then I can get back to what I'm good at, being a nurse and working on those nursing tasks, and making sure that, I'm more client focused, and all that other stuff I like to have other people help me with. So
do the stuff you love. And that's that's what keeps you fresh, and that's what keeps you happy in your business too, and not burn out. Because I'll tell you, you're right. That not only does the online stuff take a lot of time and mental energy, but the recruiting does too.
That's a whole other can of worms there.
So so it's nice to have somebody to offload some of that stuff. Absolutely. All right. When you have a win in life, it could be a win in business. It could be it could be a graduation from high school or college, or somebody in your family having a celebration. How do you like to celebrate?
Oh, I think, having a nice, refreshing cocktail is always a good way that we like to celebrate. Just hug. I have 3 young children and a husband who's wonderful, Cody. And, just spending time with them, giving them a hug. And I would say to any exciting event or anything that happens in my life, I immediately call my mom. So I would say those are the things that I do to celebrate. So
sharing it with mom's always a great idea.
Yep,
she appreciates that, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, my mom says, share with me before you put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
She gets annoyed by first haircut. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
For one of the kids, I remember saying, share that with me before you put it on Facebook.
Well, I'm trying to just, try not to hide behind the phone and keep the phone away, because you're always telling your kids, get off your iPad, but you don't want to be like that. So I find I don't take enough pictures because I try to keep my phone, so it's the balance. It's hard.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you very much for being on the show and for doing this. We've learned so much about you, your service area, and what is really important to you in your heart. So thank you very much.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for having me.
All right.